Hello, welcome. Sorry for the delay. Uh, Today again we are going to talk about some part of that C programming, and in today talk we'll talk about mm, today we'll talk about function parameter. So let's see what is function parameter. In previous video and in some programs, we saw that actually how to use function and how to call that. Now, what to do if we want to pass the value from one function to another function? If we want to pass one value to another, one value from one function to another function. So how to pass that? One method is there, make it global, and the second method is there, pass the parameter. So in simple way, we can assume there if we want to uh, pass some values from one function to any other function, then we use parameters. So parameters, they are nothing more than variables, and they help us to pass the value while calling from one function to another. However, sometimes we can also say that they are the placeholders. It allows us to provide input to the function and make it more flexible and reusable. We can use the parameters in the declaration as well as definition and calling as well. So these are called parameters. So parameter, how to use that? Mostly while using parameter. So it goes like this one. Parameter type means we have to use int, float, char, and the parameter name. Similarly, parameter to type and the parameter. So 3, 4, and so on. Type 3, 4, and so on. We have to put it in the parenthesis, and this is the our name of function. This is how we just work here. Let's say an example, and the type it can be just a data type we use in our program, int, float, char, double, etc. Name is just a variable name, or we can say an identifier, and it is to refer the parameter within the function body. Let's see an example here. Just so we are here, we can say this is the name of function. This is the parameter type. This is the parameter name, comma, parameter type, and the name. That's all. Means how many parameters are there? Two parameters are there. So it's very simple. And this is the declaration line. Now we are calling the function from here. While calling, again we are using the two parameters, username and the user is. So one condition is there. Whenever we call the function, the parameter we are passing here, it must match the value, the it must be same type. This and this, it must be a same type, like we are using here. It's very simple. Let's understand this through example. So if you have any confusion, not understood, then just you can put your comments here, or you can ask me directly. I'll give you the answer of this question. Let's see one program here. Find uh, square root of number. Let's make a function. uh, if we want to return, then we have to use return. If not, let's find the this is first void square root. Then let's pass a number, that is int number. Let's give int name. Let's give a float result. So result equals to hash number. Let's print it. So this is our declaration part. This is our parameter, only one parameter we have passed here. This is the definition part. We are taking same parameter here. Now let's pass the value of this number from the main function. Let's declare one number here. It's a variable first, and suffix. So printf enter a number, scanner, and now next is calling the function. Since the name of function is square root, we have to put it here. Now since we are passing the value using this variable, so what we need there, we have to put the variable name here, and that's all. Whenever we go for the input, computer calls this function. While calling, computer passes the value this end, and this value is taken by this number, means just like a turnip. This end copies the value, it supplies the value to number. This number is processed, that is finding square root, stores in the result, and after that it is printed from here. So you can see, so this is the parameter, this is the parameter, and this is the uh, function name. Here is calling part. So n is simply a variable. After some time I'll tell you what this n is called. So this is also parameter. We are using this parameter, and the value is printed from here. So let's have it here. Let's run it now. Enter number. Let's give a number 64. Square it 8.00. It's very simple. I hope you also this one. So this is called parameter passing. So this is the parameter. It also works even if we don't pass the parameter. I mean that name of parameter, like it works there. Just we have to give the type, what type we are going to pass. But here we need to put the variable, because whenever we pass the value from this main function, any other function, that value is accepted by the variable. So we have to put the variable name here. I mean that parameter here. So it accepts the value from the n. We can see n is passing first, accepting the value from here and passing this value to this number. It gets processed from here, returns result from here, and after that it is called from here. So this is how it works. And when we talk about the parameter, so all the parameters we are passing from here, and the declaration line or the definition line. So this is called formal parameter. Formal parameter. So this line is called formal parameter. And when we pass n or any value from here while calling, this is called, and is called actual argument. It can be a value, it can be a variable, it does not matter that. So n is called actual argument. We can also pass a value, and this int is called formal parameter. This is also formal parameter. It's very simple thing. So we have two types of parameters, we can say. First is formal, and next is actual. The argument, we can say. Mostly it is called argument. We can also say the parameter. So that is the meaning of here. We have to call it. Next is a formal parameter. I just said that. When draw the formal parameter and actual arguments. So what is the meaning of this one? In C programming, parameters arguments are closely related concepts that are used when defining and calling the functions. Parameters, they are defined or used inside the function declaration or the definition that receives value from the calling code, and it acts as an input to the function and allow us to pass the data to the function for processing. So this is called parameter, and in just in this example, uh, this part it is formal parameter, this part it is a formal parameter. Next is the arguments, or the actual values or the variables or the expressions we are passed or we are passing or we have passed while calling the function. Parameters of function provide the data that a function needs to perform the task. Arguments we pass while calling the function. It's very simple. We can also say in this example. So this is the argument, actual argument, and these are the parameters. So it's very simple to understand about this one. I hope you understood about this one. If you have any confusion, just you can ask me. One thing is there, for this sqrt function, we have forgot to put one header file, and that is map.x. Let's see another example of this one. I hope you understood about this one. If you have any confusion, you can ask me. Now, uh, let's see another example here using parameter and let's say same program different than factorial. uh, let's change the function name. Well, let's pass the parameter here, and so n is a formal parameter. Only one parameter we are passing here. Now inside the main function, enter a number. Let's give some variable here. Control C. So we are using n here. Here is also same variable, but it is not compulsory or mandatory that we must use same variable everywhere. We can change the name here. Now let's just look to find the factorial value. Let's declare some variables. I factor real equals to 1 for I equals to 1, I less than equals to, and I plus plus. Next is here fact equals to fact into I. Let's print the value. Let's save it again. Let's run it. If there is a bug, we'll correct it. So asking for a number. Let's give a number. Suppose 5. So output is here 20. Factorial means we have to multiply all the numbers like 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it gives us 120. So this is how we work. So this is our functions with the parameters. So this is the name of function, factorial value. So this is the formal parameter. We are passing the declaration line. We are using in that definition line. Inside the main, what we are doing there, we are just inputting the value. We are calling the function, and that input value we are passing to that function. So this n is called actual argument. It's very simple then. Suppose if we use here and u and be a number, if we use here number, then this becomes formal parameter, this becomes formal parameter, and this becomes actual argument. It's very simple to understand. Now since we have changed the variable name, the parameter name, same name we have to use here, and we have to print it here. We can also use return. Let's have it. Let's run it. Now if we give 5, then it gives us 20, or if we give 6, it gives us 720. So this is how the parameter works. If you have any confusion, just ask me. If no confusion, just write the program in this way. So this is about the concept of function with the parameters and the arguments. I hope you also cover this one. Now next session, that is tomorrow. Again, you can join me from 4 to 5, and there will be discussing some more about the function, the local variables, global variables, recursive functions, etc. Or if you want me to discuss on particular topic, just put your comments or put your questions in the comment box. I'll uh, share the information or the knowledge on that topic. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Uh, this video you can find on Facebook, YouTube, and soon it will on TikTok also. You can if you have any doubt, you can watch that video again and again.